What the fuck? Listen, I'm just reading something here about YouTube, and I knew I had to say it to you, I have to tell you. So let me find it. Yeah, here it is. Don't be freaked out now, people, when you hear this, okay? I mean, a lot of you will be freaked out. You'll be thinking, oh God, we've got to go back to the jungle, stay off the internet, because people will be taking our privacy and, you know, prosecuting us for watching videos and stuff like that. Okay? So just don't worry too much. Yeah, we might all have to live in the jungle again, maybe, you know. So it says here, July the 3rd, 2008. The article, and then there's comments underneath the article. That's what I like. So, although privacy advocates are up in arms, a judge's decision in the ongoing court battle between Viacom and YouTube is likely to have little or no real impact on most people who have viewed videos on YouTube. In the U.S. District Court for Southern New York on Wednesday, Judge Louis Stanton ruled that Google must turn over all of its YouTube viewing logs to Viacom. Specifically, Judge Stanton ordered Google to turn over to Viacom a log containing the login IDs and IP addresses of sources from which videos were downloaded and details about those videos. The Electronic Frontier Foundation has already slammed the ruling as a setback to privacy rights, and other advocacy groups are following suit. But might the EFF's response be interpreted as somewhat of an overreaction? Only those users with registered YouTube accounts have login IDs. Anyway, and if you want to download video from YouTube, it isn't even necessary to sign up for an account. Moreover, for YouTube users who are downloading videos from behind network routers or corporate gateways, and there are untold numbers of them out there, the IP addresses refers to the gateway rather than to a specific PC. Google itself acknowledged this reality in a document to the court, which excerpted in the court decision. We are strong supporters of the idea that data protection laws should apply to any data that it could identify you. The reality is, though, that in most cases an IP address without additional information cannot, according to Google. As previously reported in Beta News, the case centres on claims by Viacom, the parent company of both MTV and Paramount Pictures, along with a class of co-plaintiffs led by Europe's Premier League football, that Google is guilty of massive copyright infringement for allegedly allowing users to view movie clips and soccer highlights. In initiating the case back in March of 2007, plaintiffs said they had identified about 160,000 unauthorized clips of European football programs viewed more than 1.5 billion times on YouTube. Viacom contends that it needs the information in YouTube's database so as to compare the attractiveness of allegedly infringing videos with that of non-infringing videos, according to this week's court ruling. In reaching this week's ruling, the judge used the term speculative to refer to privacy concerns expressed by Google. He also denied an argument by Google that Viacom's demands for information in the logging database are unduly burdensome to Google. While the logging database is large, all of its contents can be copied onto a few over-the-shelf 4 terabyte hard drives, wrote the judge. In a victory for Google, the court denied a demand for Viacom for Google to turn over YouTube's source code, dubbing it a trade secret. But also as part of the ruling, the judge ordered Google to hand over to Viacom detailed information about any videos that have been removed from the site for any reason. After Viacom launched its part of the case in 2007, YouTube installed filtering tools in attempts to prevent copyrighted materials from showing up on its service. In a statement this week, Google's senior litigation counsel, Catherine Lacavera, said, "We are disappointed the court granted Viacom's overreaching demand for viewing history. We will ask Viacom to respect users' privacy and allow us to anonymize the logs before producing them under the court's order." Okay, that's the article. Now, comments are great. I like the comments. Somebody comments and says, Even with the policy above, I cannot see how people make this a privacy issue, especially technical people. The internet is a public network, and there are a lot of policies, companies and countries between you and page you are viewing. Folks, everything you do on the internet is logged somewhere, not just one somewhere. When someone wants it, they get it. Next comment. I still don't understand why they have a problem with people who watch illegal videos. They're there, aren't they? If you come across one, what are you supposed to do? Hit the back button? And why are they concerned with people watching football highlights? They're highlights. It happened in the past. It's history now. Who cares? Nabbing people for seeing illegal videos on a public video website is like jailing someone who's seeing a murder in the street. Do you really think this is the first time happening? Any government institution has access to these logs 24/7. I'm thinking I look like a sick monkey, but it is a sick world out there. Next comment. Pure invasion of privacy through and through. I think that this is the lamest decision made by a judge since Metallica and the RIAA started their greed campaign many, many moons ago. Someone also mentioned DVR. Soon you will be paying out just to DVR a show or something of that sort. Never say never, greedy corporate swines. Then, I'm going to skip one of them. Viacom probably wants to use this information for research and marketing trends, so they produce more garbage. They don't need IP addresses for that. How about everyone boycott everything they produce? Now, next one. Actually, some YouTube accounts can be tied back to Google accounts. It would make sense for Google to downplay the ruling from a PR perspective, since they're going to abide by it instead of settling for $1 billion. I fail to see why Google can't provide open code to anonymize the logs to a disinterested third party for this particular application. Have said third party run it and give the anonymized logs to Viacom. Next comment. This is the single most ridiculous court ruling I've ever heard. How Viacom and the court can possibly think this isn't an invasion of privacy, I shall never know. They're sharing people's data even when they more than likely watched illegal video. It would make sense if they wanted the IPs of people watching illegal videos on YouTube, but not all the videos. In fact, how the hell can the US court allow other countries' citizens' data be given to a third party? Surely they must only allow US citizens' IP addresses to appear anonymized. And one of the last comments here. Looks like Google didn't manage to offer the judge as much money as Viacom did. I don't know, if it's a case of full privacy or nothing, I think in extreme cases of, say, criminal activity, child porn, etc., computer data should be handed over to the law enforcement. But that should be something you would expect companies to do automatically when asked, and not be coaxed or taken to court in order to do so. So I believe there are circumstances where it's necessary to breach a person's privacy. This is certainly not one of them. This is just yet another example to prove that you have no rights at all. To quote the late great George Carlin, rights are not rights if someone can take them away just like that. Temporary privileges is all they are, folks. And I have to say, on a last note there as well myself, that George Carlin, I can't believe he's dead from that last comment, but he obviously is. What a brilliant, brilliant politician, George Carlin. Brilliant politician through the amazingness of comedy. So, I have to head back to the jungle now, get some nuts, make a few more monkeys up in the trees. So I'm going to get back to the jungle. You guys stay on cyberspace and don't let these cyber bullies, the big corporations and companies and people threaten you, for taking your money or taking your freedom. Because I think we're moving forward, onward and upward. The internet is important for every single person in the planet, and it's just not on for trying to make money, and trying to make money and money and money, and trying to make money and money and trying to make money and money off of other people, and basically essentially taking their money away from them for you. That is sick. And we're in a sick society, so you'd nearly be better off joining me and jumping into the jungle again. Peace, people. Ciao.